Hello, welcome back to Statman Dave Clips. Make sure, of course, to subscribe because this is different than the usual Statman Dave YouTube channel. Today, guys, we are diving into my England 26, the players that I feel have got to go to the European Championships. We're also going to be looking at my starting 11 as well. It's going to be a lot of flair. 4-3-3, one defensive midfielder, 2 3-8s, and a front three full of fire. But anyway, let's dive into the video. We're going to be talking who should be in the starting 11, who should be in the rest of the 23. We're going to throw in 3 extra picks of players that we feel should be in the squad because of performances and so forth. We're going to go to a standby list, and then we've got our no chance involved as well. So we're going to run through each of these categories, each of these players, dive into it that way. Guys, of course, if you want to get involved, there'll be a link to this down below. Right, first and foremost, we could either go through, let's do the goalkeepers first. We'll do it like defence, midfield, attack, and we'll drop it on that. So first up, goalkeeper. I think it's an interesting one for England. I think goalkeeper's probably not the greatest position in terms of strength for England. I think when we look at the quality and so forth, I think you've definitely got to throw in Dean Henderson into the starting 11. I think ball playing wise, he should be the guy. I think Jordan Pickford's a great goalkeeper. He's definitely in the 23. I think Pickford's a better goalkeeper, but I feel for England they need a better ball player so they can play out from the back, so they can get involved and they can, utilise certain strategies for, playing out from the back. Very a la City. This England team should be built like that, in my personal opinion. So we're looking at Dean Henderson being in the starting 11, obviously with the rest of the keepers. I'd probably say Ramsdale is in the no chance category. I think Ramsdale is a good young goalkeeper, but very much is that, a good young goalkeeper. So moving to Sam Johnston, who's had a fantastic season at West Bromwich Albion. I think we need to throw him into the category of being in the 23. I think you've got to go with 3 goalkeepers. So our 3 keepers, of course, Pickford, Johnston, and Dean Henderson. Right, let's move on to defence. Obviously, the big thing, right backs, is the one. The right back decision is one of the biggest for Gareth Southgate. At the moment, he has multiple right backs. 4 right backs, if I'm not correct. 4 right backs in, of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, Kieran Trippier, Kyle Walker. In terms of first 11, I think it has been disputed, but I think Trent has got to be number 1. I really do think Trent has got to be number 1. Got to be starting right back for England. I think attacking wise, he is the best fullback that we have by a mile. I think his performances at the back end of the season have been absolutely sensational. Assists, key pass, and so forth. And when we take a look at Trent, his impact, and when his level is still very, very high. In a sense, if we take a look at the percentile ranking, it's in the 99th percentile for expected assists for fullbacks. He's in the 97th for shot creating actions. Progressive passes, 99%. These alone are a reason why Trent has got to be in that England starting lineup, for sure. In terms of out of the 4, this is kind of where the difficulty comes, because I like Reece James and what he's obviously playing centre half in a back 3 now. I think that could give England a good option, but I think you've got to put Kieran Trippier ahead of him in the 23, and I think you've also got to have Kyle Walker in there. So jumping on those 2 in terms of how you could obviously utilise both of those players, I think you're looking at a level of you're looking at a combination where Trent's playing the weaker teams, where you want to dominate the ball and go forth. If you've got like a threat like an Mbappe, get Kyle Walker into the starting 11. That's how I'd use both of those 2 players, and I'd have Trippier as the kind of the third option. Obviously, Gareth is saying he can play left back as well. Not too massively sure about that, but a good option. But I'd start Trent for sure. Trent is in the starting 11. 4-3-3. So going through to left fullbacks, I think this is a little bit undisputed in a sense. Luke Shaw has been absolute head and shoulders above everyone in that position in the league this season. So definitely in there as the starting left back. Ben Chilwell obviously shown really good form in a back three system. Ben Chilwell very much in the squad for sure. Sorry, I've got to put Reece James in the standby. Actually, maybe the standby list, maybe the extra picks. Not exactly sure where we're going to throw him yet. We'll put him in the standby, but we might push him forward. Centre halves, I think, is a dead easy one. Harry Maguire and, of course, John Stones. That's simple. So our back four, Trent, Stones, Maguire. In terms of backup centre-backs, what have we got here? There's a few players that have been come down. Obviously, you've got the likes of Connor Cody, Ben Godfrey, Tyrone Mings, and Ben White. I think I'd probably go Mings on the bench. He's got that aggression. He's probably the best out of the younger centre-backs at the moment right now. I like Connor Cody as an option, as a option of back three. I think tactically that gives you something. I think we're going to run out of players here, but we'll throw Connor Cody in as well. In terms of players, we're going to have to dump out then. So we've missed out. In terms of left back, Saka. Saka is a difficult one. I'm going to put Saka in the extra picks right now, but we might bump him up. We might bump Saka up in that environment. But back to centre-backs, we've got John Stones, Connor Cody's gone in. Ben White's gone in to the bin. Let's move forward to our next position. So I think England now got to play one DM, not two. I think England have got good options. Calvin Phillips, great option. Really, really good option. But I think he's going to be benched. Man like Declan Rice, got to be in there. Declan Rice, DM. You want one holder, not two. One holder, not two. Single pivot. That's all England need. Because they've got so much attacking talent in there that they only need one guy to hold midfield. I think this is quite a difficult one in the sense of what's next. Because Jack Grealish has probably got to be in central midfield. But you could also play Jack wide left. We'll throw him into central midfield in this point right now. Jude Bellingham would be the one. If Grealish isn't fit, get Jude into the team. But very much Jack Grealish has got to start in central midfield as a free 8. That's what I'd go with. Moving forward to his midfield partner. Just putting Ben Godfrey onto the no chance list. Great season. Needs to continue that vibe. In terms of midfield partner, got to be Mason Mount in there. I'm going a very attacking midfield. I think alternatively, if you don't want to go with Mason Mount, you want to be a little bit more defensive, you want to protect Trent in the bigger games, or potentially in the bigger games, you want to go Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount on the bench, and then you obviously go Kyle Walker as well. So we'll keep Mason Mount because he's had a really good season, tops Chelsea for touches, shot creating actions, chance into the final third, all the good stats that you want from a central midfielder. So that's our midfield three. Declan Rice, Grealish, Mount. So we've got Bellingham and of course Henderson in terms of our midfielders, and our defensive midfielder backup is Calvin Phillips. I think that's fine. Having two per position is absolutely fine. So let's move on to the attack. Number one, Phil Foden has got to be in there, either wide left, wide right, maybe wide left, and another player wide left for sure, Marcus Rashford, got to be around there. In terms of wide right, I'd throw in Jadon Sancho as the starter, and probably you're probably going to have to go Sterling as the backup in a sense. I'd also throw in Mason Greenwood into the squad. As our forward, Harry Kane makes sort of sense. Most goals, most assists in the Premier League. He's the focal point of the entire attack. And then obviously you've got Calvert-Lewin in there. No Patrick Bamford, who I probably would have had in that position. Jesse probably wouldn't take him. Ward-Prowse would maybe be one of the picks in a sense, and Ollie Watkins I wouldn't take. So I think we've built our England squad in that sense. How many players? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We've got to lose 2 players. Oh, the stress is real. The stress is real. I think from a sense is my England team, you could put Phil Foden as a striker if you wanted to. Oh, but Calvert-Lewin is a great option. Do we need an extra centre-back? We probably don't need an extra centre-back. Got 2 right backs. Don't need 2 right backs. Trippier, standby list. He's in there. Standby list. So now we need to get rid of how many players now? 11. We need to get rid of 1 more player. The other one would be being really, really risky and getting rid of Connor Cody. And I think we'll do that. We'll take Connor Cody. We'll put him on the standby list. There's our England squad. It's brutal. And look, you know, may have to get a bit of Luke Shaw or Kyle Walker playing centre half. But there we have it, guys. Starting 11 for England for the European Championships. Dean Henderson in goal. Trent, Maguire, Stones, Luke Shaw. That's a very, very good back four. You know, we could play inverted fullbacks, we play attacking wing-backs. 1 holding midfielder. Only 1. Declan Rice to start. Grealish Mount in midfield. Foden, Sancho, Kane front 3. On to the 23. We've got in the 23. Sam Johnston, Pickford, Kyle Walker, Chilwell, Mings, Kelvin Phillips, Bellingham, Henderson, Marcus Rashford, Sterling, Mason, and of course, Calvert-Lewin. Our extra 3 spots. Actually, let's go Saka, Trippier, and Connor Cody. There we go. 4-3-3. Lovely, lovely stuff. That's it. That is my England 11. That is tasty. You love to see it. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, this is a brand new channel, so hit that sub button. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. Help us get there. Until next time, see you guys later.